What's happening, peeps? It's me. It's at HEAD, the host of the Wrestling Matters podcast, here back with another Raw review. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I want to start off with a little something. Yesterday was Raw. I came home from work yesterday, the other work that I do besides what I'm doing here for you people, entertaining you lovely people here. I came home yesterday and I was completely fucked from working the butter ground. The minute I walked through the door of my house, all I was asking for was my bed. And I went to bed and I never got up until 7 o'clock the next day, i.e. today. Now, for some strange reason, my bastard TiVo here that I've got for Virgin Media didn't decide to tape Raw, although I have sorted that out for next week. So I didn't get to see Raw the minute I woke up, although thankfully, thank God, to a website, I managed to check out Raw. That's right. I did eventually get to see it. Thank you, God. Thank you to the website. I'm not going to promote it. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Some of you may know it if you're wrestling fans like me. You know, some of you may, have checked it out and that. I'm not going to promote it, so don't even ask. But I did get to see Monday Night Raw. It was an okay show. Very okay show. But it seems that from what I got, the shock factor, in a way, is back. Not a lot, not 100%, but it seems that it's back in a way. Not like I said, not a lot. It seems that it's slowly coming back. Reason being, kicked off Raw, Mr. McMahon came out and called out the world champion. And one thing led to another. They had a verbal back and forth contest, like a verbal back and forth match. And Mr. McMahon eventually ended up getting arrested because Stephanie came out after Roman shoved Vince McMahon on his ass, apparently at his neck, whatever. Stephanie came out, wanted them to arrest, and then the cops didn't take no bullshit from them. The cops didn't take no crap from Stephanie or Vince, for that matter. Vince grabbed out of one of the cops for threatening Stephanie and threatening to arrest Stephanie. She backed off. Vince grabbed out of them, and they arrested Vince. And it was all hell breaking loose. And it was good to see something like that. But considering what happened, they made an idiot out of Vince. Really made an idiot out of Vince. Later on during the show, they showed him the photo, the picture taken. It was just ridiculous. But it's good to see something like that because when was the last time you saw, when was the last time we saw anything, or when was the last time we saw, anybody getting arrested on Raw since Stephanie in that Nikki Bella situation? It's very rare that happens. I might need to come back a little bit more often because it gives that edginess. Yes, Stephanie got arrested, but Vince got arrested, and with Stephanie, you didn't see the photo taking of Vince, his picture taken and everything like that. We saw it with Vince. So maybe, they might want to go up to that route, kind of a bit more. But it was a good way to start. Good way to start off Raw. And Roman Reigns was just loving every minute of it. The first match of the evening lasted about 15 seconds. Neville versus Kevin Owens. And again, shock factor. Kind of ruins Kevin Owens in a way. But obviously Kevin Owens didn't take too kindly to it because he threatened to beat up. He beat up Neville after the match, and then I think they went to a commercial break and then came back. And the next minute, Neville's getting carried out, and Owens just clotheslines him, turns Neville inside out, and then Ambrose comes out and puts a stop to it, which he pays for. More on that later. But yeah, obviously Kevin Owens did take too kindly to not getting that award, the Best Breakout Star of the 2015 Slammy Award, which, to be honest with you, should have got. But yeah, there might be something going down between them two, because I don't think Owens is going to take that line down. And considering the beatdown that Neville got, he won't stand for that. Oh, guess who's coming to WrestleMania 32? The Rock. That's right. It was announced in Dallas. Rock is coming to WrestleMania 32. Doesn't surprise me one bit, but hey. Sasha went 1-on-1 with Becky Lynch based off of what happened last week on the SmackDown show when Team Bad poured eggnog over Becky at ringside. And just a standard Divas match, quite frankly. I disagree with the Brooklyn morons that shouted boring during the match. You ignorant fucks. Quite frankly, I love Brooklyn. I love New York. New York's one of the best cities in the world, if not the best city in the world. But to them people who shouted boring, you need to go and fuck yourselves. Okay. Yes, it's not the best. It's not the best division in WWE, but then you got two girls in there that can wrestle and kick ass. You know, keyword wrestle. Despite the fact they're stuck in the Divas division, and quite frankly, you guys have the audacity to sit there in your little seats and shout boring, which quite frankly pissed me off. But the numbers game got the better of Becky, and Banks gets the victory. I don't know where this division, the direction creative of the Divas division is going at the moment, but I guess we'll have to wait and see on that one. I mean, it was just poor. The direction. New Day come out and give their 2 cents and still blame the fans for not winning Tag Team of the Year, which quite frankly, as much as I can't stand the New Day and as much as I despise the New Day and as much as I said on the Max Wrestling Podcast, by the way, Max Wrestling Podcast episode 1 and 2 are in the descriptions below featuring me, and you might want to check out episode 2. It's worth episode 2. Episode 41, part 2. Check it out. I did 2 recordings with them over Christmas. Number 2 is up there. The new one just came out. Episode 40 and 41. Check out episode 41. It is fucking hilarious. Okay? You will fucking die laughing. Okay? That is that from me. Check it out. All of the links will be in the description below. Check it out underneath in the description below on YouTube. Now, and check it out as well on Facebook as well, because this video at some point will be going up on Facebook. Where I can be pestered, that is. Anyway, back to the show. Kalisto comes out and beats and goes 1-on-1 with Kofi Kingston and beats him after, you know, they come out with a clap thing. What the fuck is with that clap thing with Kofi? For fuck's sake. And then, you know, Big E Langston coming out with his little wiggle dance that he does, except he was doing it with his backside. You know, watching it on Raw, getting a big view of his big fat backside and dancing out. Look, I said it on Max Wrestling Podcast, and you didn't kiss my ass. Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway, Kalisto beats Kofi, which is no surprising because that guy's on a hot streak right now. It's kind of interesting what the WWE are trying to do with Kalisto since he's won the title, since he won the Slammy Award. He almost killed one of the Usos at TLC. You know, I wonder if they're. I've got to. That push is, you know, direct. You know, it's directing somewhere. I can't figure out where. Whether they're trying to make him now the new Rey Mysterio or something, I don't know. It's an interesting dichotic way that's going with Kalisto. Now he's won, like I said, now he's won the Slammy Award, and now he fucking almost killed one of the Usos at TLC. Big E, anyway, he beats Kofi, and Big E and, well, New Day didn't take too kindly to it, so they challenged Sin Cara, and just when you thought Xavier Woods was going to grow a set, he goats Sin Cara into a one-on-one match, but it wasn't against Xavier Woods, it was against Big E, and Big E beats him, although it was a great effort by Sin Cara. So 1-for-1, I guess, for the New Day in that one. But Sin Cara took a fall during the match, which apparently done him in. He didn't recover from it too much, which is why he lost to Big E. But I thought it was going to be 0-for-2 with their New Day, but obviously I wasn't. And, well, let's face it, New Day have had a bad December, so hopefully things will pick up. Now, Miz TV was on, and it featured Goldust, Ryback, Zack Ryder, Truth, and Heath Slater, and the Big Show eventually came down and raised all kinds of hell. They were trying to make statements, all the other guys, until Big Show came out, like I say, and raised hell, knocks out Heath Slater, does the best moment of the match, just the best moment of the whole segment. You know, R-Truth tries to knock himself out, and then Big Show just grabs out of him and just choke slams him. Hopefully chokes some of the fucking funniness right out of him, because, you know, R-Truth came out and tried to be funny again, and it didn't work. And I do not like R-Truth. I'm sorry. This funny gimmick that he's got, man, he's not funny. He comes out, runs his mouth, and he tries to be funny again, and he still thinks it was the Slammy Awards. You know, it's not funny. It's ridiculous. And quite frankly, Big Show did probably the best thing of the whole fucking night, because he chokeslammed him, and then he manhandles Ryback after a brawl with Ryback, Big Show, and then Ryback challenges him during the commercial break to a match, which Big Show dominated most of the match, but when Ryback got the fight back, Big Show walked away. Big Show declares himself in the 2016 Royal Rumble and plans on going to WrestleMania to become the WWE champion. You can't be walking away from that, like, for matches like that in the Royal Rumble. He'll have to fight it out. But Ryback, I don't know what direction Ryback's going, but this whole Big Show, I mean, that Ryback Big Show match was no big deal. You know, it's a nothing match, quite frankly. Big Show dominates most of it. Ryback gets to fight back, and then Big Show runs away like a coward. But it'd be interesting to see what he's like, what happens to Big Show in the Royal Rumble match itself. The next match was a scheduled 6-man tag, which was based off of what happened last week and on SmackDown. I thought it would have been Reigns and the Usos against the League of Nations, but it wasn't. Ambrose stepped up, and considering the issues that Roman Reigns has later on. And it was a good 6-man tag. What do you expect? The former world champion leading Wade Barrett and Rusev against Ambrose and the Usos. And Ambrose and the Usos dominated most of the match. To be honest, from what I saw, they dominated a good majority of it, quite frankly. And then one mistake allows the League of Nations, i.e. Sheamus, to kick the head off the Usos with a bro kick and get the victory. And the League of Nations get a well hard-earned win. But the story of that was not the match itself. It was after the match, because Kevin Owens attacked Ambrose out of nowhere and powerbombed him through the Spanish announce table. A little receipt for earlier on in the evening. And quite frankly, almost killed Dean Ambrose in the process. Like I say, guys, that feud over the Intercontinental Championship is not over by a long shot. You may see another match between these two, probably at the Royal Rumble. But it's not over by a long shot between them two. What was cool to see as well from WWE is them paying tribute to Lemmy, Motorhead legend, founder of Motorhead, probably one of the best, if not the best rock bands, British rock bands, heavy metal bands, whatever you want to call them, of all time, who unfortunately passed away yesterday, and Motorhead's no more, unfortunately, due to this. I would imagine. I doubt they'll go out and replace him. He's irreplaceable. He's the founder of the band, and it's a sad day for music. And to be honest, I'll put a link in the description below, guys. Check out my tribute that I paid to Lemmy on my website as well. It's a sad day for music, man. The man who was responsible for Triple H, a majority of Triple H's theme music, plus the Ace of Spades, which was NXT London's theme music as well, is no longer with us. It's a sad day for music, man. I'll tell you. Rock music will never be the same again after that, but it was cool to see the little tribute that they paid, WWE paid to Lemmy as well, which was really, really cool. Not a big deal out of it, not like a huge deal tribute, but it was cool nonetheless. John Cena returned. Yeah, he's back. And goats and challenges the manhood of Alberto Del Rio. And goats Alberto Del Rio goad him into a U.S. title match. Cena won by DQ, thanks to the League of Nations saving Alberto Del Rio's ass. It was a good match, a good main event. Not a big, epic, great main event, but it was a good main event nonetheless. League of Nations did spoil it because Cena had Alberto Del Rio beat. And like I say, guys, as well, there's all these rumors floating around. It may very well be Cena and The Undertaker at WrestleMania. It's pretty much guaranteed, but we all know WWE, they could change their minds. That's why he probably hasn't won, because they're planning for a Undertaker-Cena match at WrestleMania. And then after that, all the beatdown, Vince McMahon returns and makes a match for next week's first Raw of the new year, which I'll be seeing not on a website, but on this fucking TiVo bullshit behind me, which will be Roman Reigns defending the World Championship against Sheamus in his rematch, which we expected, except Mr. McMahon's going to be the special guest referee. Is Roman Reigns in trouble? I don't think so. All in all, guys, a good, solid Raw. Not the best Raw, but it was a good Raw. It was not the best, but it was not the worst. And I'll give that a solid 6 out of 5. 3 out of 5, if you talk in my terms, if I'm scoring out of 5, but I'll give it a 6 out of 10 in, say, Sunday Segway terms as well. And that about wraps this up, guys. That about wraps it up. This video up. Just a quick thing as well. SoCal Val, if you're in the Liverpool area, SoCal Val is coming to Birkenhead, to the Mystery Island. Be sure to check that out as well. I mentioned that on my podcast as well. Episode 91's up. Check out the poll that is in the description below, guys. Get involved on this. I will promote it separately later on, but please get involved on this as well. It involves an article that I read. Would you object to the WWE changing the Divas title to the women's title? Check out the poll below. Give your opinions. Give your thoughts. I'll promote it separately later on, but the link is in the description below. Check it out. Also, ladies and gents, as well, like I say, episode 40 and 41 of the Max Wrestling Podcast featuring yours truly is up there as well. And a little bit of news. I have agreed to go on the Swerve Network for the podcast as well. I have joined the Max Wrestling Podcast family. That's right. Wrestling Matters Podcast is invading the Swerve Talk Network, or the Swerve Network, or whatever they're called. I don't know anymore. I'm still recovering from yesterday. But shout out to everybody at the Max Wrestling Podcast as well. Daz, Evan McCabe, the Butcher, who I've talked to on Facebook as well. He even said he's a big fan of me. So salute to you, sir. And I'm looking forward to having you on the podcast as well after Christmas or after the New Year, once we get everything back on square one again. Shout out to everybody as well. Craig Phoenix as well. Shout out to Sunday Segway, OSW TV as well. Only Scottish Wrestling. Be sure to check them out. All the links will be on the website as well if you want more information about that, as well as the Mystery Island and all sorts of stuff as well. My name is Anthony Walker. Thank you so much for watching or taking the time to watch. Check this out on my website as well. Again, a link to that will be in the description below. And until next time, enjoy the rest of the week. If I have anything to bring to you during the week, guys, I'll bring it to you as best I can. If not, I'll see you next week for another Raw review. Also, check out episode 92 of the Wrestling Matters podcast. Be sure to check out episode 91 as well. Get involved in that poll that is in the description below on the website. And until next time, guys, NWO for life. Too sweet. See you soon.